Welcome, everybody, to this episode of Beard Topics Live. We are on episode 42, and this is the live stream where we come to you at random times on random days. It is meant to fit random schedules. Those of you that cannot make our Monday and Wednesday 9 p.m. Eastern live streams, Monday is Commands Corner, Wednesday is Beard Advice Live. I like to have an opportunity for some people to catch the live stream, but also with this stream, take great pride in the podcast listening ability where you don't need to be watching the screen necessarily. Also take pride in the replay ability where you don't necessarily need to be here live and in the moment for the full experience. That's something that we love. And I do love spreading out the random days and times because it reaches different time zones. It reaches different work and life schedules. And it's just fun to have a surprise stream. Hopefully you guys look forward to these. I do as well. And then if you could check out the bottom of the screen right now, if you think you guys are going to enjoy this stream or you already appreciate the content and the time commitment, just hit a thumbs up on your way in. If you want to share it with some friends, again, the really good thing about this is you don't have to be here live and in the moment. And it is a live stream where the views continue to double and triple after the fact because people do come back and reference these videos. So any sharing, any interactions is greatly appreciated. And yeah, man, we have OGs of the live stream world like Craig that come to the normal ones, but they're able to catch these ones. And yes, Mr. Moose, we are at 99,400 subscribers. We are getting there, guys. We are getting there. And we will talk about our sponsor, 8-Bit, in a little bit here. But I appreciate everybody as you guys are coming in. Please comment in the chat. Please get involved. And half of this show, I'll kind of break down the flow of this show. The first half, we talk about the sponsor of the episode that makes this possible. The second part of that first half, so the first quarter, and then the next part, we have 3 set questions from you guys. Sometimes those come from my Instagram stories. Check out Dancy Bearded on IG. Sometimes they come from Reddit. And then oftentimes they come from YouTube videos. I believe today they were pulled comments from my YouTube videos. And then the last half of this show, the final 30 minutes, is dedicated to your questions for the people that are live and in the chat. So if at any point you guys have a question, like Aaron has one already, I will star that question. And then once we reach the question segment, we'll run down through all of those. And I do have a 1-hour time limit for this stream. So we will be from 3 to 4 p.m. Eastern. I have promised my beautiful wife, Sam, and the kids who are upstairs and home that I will have that time for them. We were able just to get outside and push Violet on the swings, play some soccer with the boys. But it is time for some beard discussions and just this is probably the beardly nerdiest stream possible where we just simply talk about beard topics, beard science, and we dive in as deep as we can. And again, shout out to everybody in here from Andrew to Luke to Shep to Eric, Dennis, Leo, Mario, K. Houston, Shadow, Toll Booth, Willie, Abe, That's what the name says. I'm not like, just so we're aware. Josh, Dylan, Robert, Warren, Craig, JB, Jedi Mike, Steve, Ray, Alexis or Alex. Welcome. It is absolutely awesome. Dealing with beardos. Yeah, absolutely. I got you started, Alex, and we'll get to that one. Did you get a picture of my beard? If I responded, I did. If I did not respond, I did not get the email. I do respond to every single email, unless very, very, very rare occasions if it's like an odd or strange email, but I wouldn't think that. But yeah, if I responded, I got it. If I did not respond, I did not get the email. And again, appreciate you. Craig said he probably won't make the whole hour. Luke says he has to go to work. Guys, this replay is a really good listen, especially if you're just working around the house or driving. You put a little earbud in. It is appreciated. And again, guys, if you like the live stream format, if you like the vibes, we are live every Monday and Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern, 7.5 years now. So we really, really enjoy it. The name is Chris, so you don't have to pronounce the random sound effects. Got it, man. Thank you. Okay, let's go ahead and check out what we have going today. Beard Topics, episode 42, random days, random times. We talk a lot about beard care. We talk a lot about beard style and genuinely anything beard related. Mikey, I've starred your question and we will get to that one. Ray's his first time live. Awesome, man. Thank you for being here. Thank you. And looks like a Marine. Thank you for your service and happy belated 250th birthday for the Marines. And Jeremy, good to see you, man. Been a bit. Hey, it's good to see you, dude. I've been following all your adventures with photography and, of course, the weight loss and stuff. Proud of you, man. Keep it up. Keep it up. Okay. What's up, Jake Boss? Let's talk about our sponsor today. That is 8-Bit Beard Co. I have linked their link in the chat. Dancy10 is your affiliate discount code. And this company is pretty awesome. They're out of Columbus, Ohio. They love supporting the beard community, and they have this like throwback theme when it comes to gaming, and it's truly based on nostalgia and connecting with his family. Sean, the owner, actually does a live stream a couple times a month, I believe, where he streams with his kids and they play video games and they walk through it, they talk through it. And it's just something that's really special to their family. Unfortunately and tragically, they did lose one of their sons in the last couple of years, and they've dedicated cents to him. But also it was this kind of aspect of theming the company around something the family bonds over, a memory that the family has together. And so it's a really, really special company, you guys. And my favorite from them would be the no fragrance, all essential oil collection. Here's that carrier blend: jojoba, abyssinian, squalene, cucumber seed, avocado, and then premium grade essential oils. They're wonderful. It's a fantastic blend. Pinky would be my favorite. That's the pink grapefruit if you're looking to start with one, but just made with care. Family owned, family operated, Columbus, Ohio. I've met and hung out with the owner countless times. Just a really, really good dude. Really, really good dude and great company. And they just have great graphics. If you check out their website, a lot of really, really good information, you guys. And I like this graphic that they had. I thought that you enjoyed Pinky. Isn't that what I said? Yeah, I love Pinky. Yep, Pinky is my favorite that they have. Did I say something else, Abe? Yeah, Pinky, the pink grapefruit is by far my favorite. Okay, and with this, guys, they have beard oil, they have beard butter, balm, they have fantastic body wash, they have a great activated charcoal face wash. You name it, they've got you covered. Yep, they are absolutely awesome. K. Houston says, loving my first order from 8-Bit. Almost out of my shower products, though. Good stuff. Great to hear. Great to hear. Okay, and Andrew, great question. I've starred that question, and we will hit that at the question segment. And Luke says, I've got Pinky and beard today. Woo, very cool, man. And I didn't even post this until like 2 hours ago, so it's probably a pure coincidence there. That's awesome. So shout out to 8-Bit for making today's episode possible. Okay. Here's the first question that we have on the docket, and this would be, okay, so today's questions did not come from you guys. I would like to apologize. I forgot. I set these up well in advance so they're ready to go. These are submitted today by AI. They are submitted by ChatGPT, and I have 3 different categories of beard questions, and according to AI, these are the most searched for beard questions given a particular category. So the very first category is growth and development. When it comes to beard growth and beard development, the most commonly asked question on the internet, according to Allen Iverson, the answer. I'm going to be the answer today. I'll have the wicked crossover. And the question would be, how do I grow my beard faster? Now, this is a fantastic question because we have so many things in our life that is all about instant gratification. I am likely as guilty as anybody with having a career based on numbers on the internet. I get it. I understand it. The beard is almost the opposite of instant gratification. The beard will teach you patience if you let it. The beard will teach you how important it is to have healthy habits and to pair that with patience. But it is a fair question to ask, how do I grow my beard faster? Very, very fair. And when it comes down to it, Dylan has a great response in the chat. And he says, biotin, water, exfoliation, stimulating essential oils like peppermint and rosemary, and equally as important, right? Equally as important. And Ray says, I live in Ohio, and this is the first time I've heard of them. Must be a small. So most of the companies we cover, Ray, are small batch. The companies that are in the stores, for the most part, just don't stack up. So they are in the beard community, though. They're one of the more well-known companies. And again, this is your first stream, and I think you started commenting today. So yeah, I appreciate. And you may have commented before with different pictures, but yeah, they're well-known in the small batch community. But 100%, 100% here. He also added on reduce stress. Number one way to slow down your beard growth is stress. Now, don't stress about the stress, because then it's just going to be a cycle that just continues to feed itself. But as long as you reduce your stress, that's really going to help. Really, really, really going to help that growth. Outside of that, things like biotin, right? I had somebody, I believe yesterday, comment on my faster beard growth video. I do recommend anybody searches faster beard growth and go check out that video. If you search for that, the person commented and said there is nothing that can make hair grow faster. And that's not true, right? We do know that there are things that can make hair grow faster. One of them, in most cases, would be biotin, aka vitamin B7. Now, it's nearly impossible to get the optimal amount of biotin through your diet for hair, aka keratin production. Now, if you eat just straight up beef liver, eggs, and like superfoods all day, and that's the only thing you have, you might have a chance. You might be able to get up to the optimal amount of biotin. Most of us do not, though. Most of us cannot and will not ever reach that kind of level. So biotin does help. Now, let me be clear on this. Biotin will make all hair and nails grow faster. Meaning if you have a beard, that is part of it, and it will grow faster. But it's also your back hair, your arm hair, all hair, and your nails. Usually you start to see it first with your nails because it's a pretty good indication of a measure, right? You're used to how fast the white grows out in your nails. You're used to how frequent you are clipping your nails, and you start to notice that, and then eventually you're like, oh, wow, my beard growth has increased. Now, a little caveat there is please make sure you are not taking biotin within an hour before or after caffeine. Your body, for most people, has to pick between biotin and caffeine is stronger, and it will almost always win. So if you are taking your biotin with a caffeinated coffee or with a soda for lunch, you're going to be canceling out those effects of biotin. And so I do recommend it with water. I do recommend it before your last meal, as long as you're not drinking caffeine. And I do recommend you kind of strive for 10,000 mcgs of biotin. However, that number is a baseline, and it should be variable for everybody. Some people should do less. Some people can get away with more, but it's a good, solid number, and it's a relatively safe supplement. Of course, if you have any heart or health conditions, see a doctor. I am not a doctor. I'm not giving medical advice here. Listen to your doctor and check that out. But generally speaking, the worst case would be you get a little bit of like pimples on the back of your head if you're using too much. Just dial that back a little bit. Drink more water a little bit. And then outside of that, be aware if you are doing blood testing. There are some tests. Now, your general panel for like a physical, no impact at all. But if you're looking for very specific things with kidney or liver, one of the two, it can have an impact. So just be aware of that. Exfoliation. Promote blood flow to the surface. That's bringing those nutrients like a highway. Amazing. Stimulating essential oils, peppermint, cedar, rosemary, thyme. There's so many of them. Lavender, same kind of deal. It can wake up dormant hair follicles, but it can also bring blood flow to the surface. Corey in the chat said exercise. Absolutely. Generally speaking, the healthier you are, the better your beard growth is going to be. It's very, very, very simple, but it's not easy. I'll say that again. It's very simple, but it's not easy. So that is how you get your beard to grow faster. There really is no magical product, right? Dan, what about beard growth oils? Beard growth oils Main purpose is to help fill in spots or patches where it appears to have less or no hair. That is not going to make the hair itself grow faster, but biotin can do that. But doesn't genetics also play a part? Genetics plays a part in everything, yes. However, nothing that I said was contradicted by genetics. Your growth rate, if you take biotin for almost everybody, is going to increase regardless of your genetics. If you are healthier, your beard growth is going to get better regardless of your genetics. If you exfoliate, your beard growth will be better as compared to not exfoliating regardless of your genetics. We are assuming that you have your genetic table, and that is what you're capable of. These are variables that you can adjust to get better growth where you would like. Yep, better growth where you would like. So it really does make a big difference. So yeah, 1 hour between caffeine and biotin before and after. Before and after. Okay, great question. Next category is grooming and care when it comes for a beard. And the most commonly asked question, and I've made a video, 2 videos, 3 videos on the topic. I will continue to make videos on this topic because it is probably the most widely misunderstood aspect of beard care. It is likely the most regurgitated false information given our current times in beard care. And the question is, what's up, Nate? Question is, how often should I wash and clean my beard? And guys, just a gentle reminder as we're into the flow of the stream, did you happen to forget to hit the thumbs up on your way in? I do appreciate that. So if you could do that, and again, shout out to our sponsor, 8-Bit Beard Co. How often should I wash, clean my beard? This is one stance that I'm one of the most passionate about. There's a few things where I just balm. I don't really like balm myself, but for others, heck yeah, it's got a place, right? There's things where I'm just, yeah, I see it. It's this, that. From the bottom of my heart, I truly believe every single person should be washing their beard every single day. And I've also made a video on the difference of washing and rinsing. Rinsing is just using water on your beard. Washing is using a beard product such as a beard wash, sometimes noted as and marketed as a beard shampoo, sometimes marketed as beard, I don't know, I'm sure there's other names. But using a wash on your beard, which could be soap. Now we know soap is stripping, right? So let me hit you with a very simple answer here. Wash your beard every single day. My ultimate recommendation is wash your beard with a daily gentle beard wash, such as 8-Bit's beard wash. Do that 6 out of the 7 days a week. On the 7th day, use a stripping beard wash, such as a quality soap, which is going to have a pH of 9 to 11, almost always. Very rare exceptions with things like goat's milk. And then I do recommend following with a conditioner, but 6 days a week with daily gentle, 1 day a week with stripping. Why, Dan? Well, because the narrative of only wash your beard once or twice a week came to us 15, 20 years ago when we did not have daily gentle beard washes. We did not have quality ways to clean and cleanse your beard. You were stuck with soap and head hair shampoo. When you did that, it was way too aggressive for the washing of your beard, and you had to choose between being dirty and not washing every day or being clean and killing your beard because of washing every day. All of these narratives got created around that, and also we had to deal with the narratives of female head hair, which has a very high likelihood of having color treatment. And when you color treat hair, all of the rules go out the window, including washing. Color-treated hair likely shouldn't be washed every day for head hair. But the beard is in its own world. Yep, the beard is in its own world. So just understand on this one, wash every day now that we have the right tools. Every single day now that we have the right tools. And so that one's a pretty straightforward, pretty clear answer. And I've never heard a good argument against that. There's a lot of different exceptions and a lot of different rules where people are like, yeah, Dan, I don't like to use this because of this reason. I don't like to use this because of, hey, what's up, man? Because of this rule. I've never heard a good reason to not wash daily. This facial hair is under your nose and literally surrounding your mouth. Your facial hair is grabbing pollutants out of the air, grabbing allergens. You have food, you have spit, you have drool, you have just life that's happening, and it's getting held around your nose and your mouth. Wash your beard. Wash your beard. And then Kay Houston says, is washing twice a day going to cause an issue with the Daily Gentle? Will over-conditioning cause beard pimples? Yes and yes. I do not recommend washing twice a day. If it happens, so be it. Not a big deal, right? If you wash in the morning, then all of a sudden you get a ton of barbecue sauce in your beard. You're like, dude, this isn't going to work with a rinse. Hey, treat yourself. Wash twice that day. If you make a habit out of it, you will be stripping the fibers of your hair, in my opinion, and breaking it down. Even when you have a Daily Gentle one, we know too much of a good thing can be bad. And that goes for pretty much any good thing in the world, right? Water is amazing for you. One of the most important things you can do in your life. However, too much water without balancing your electrolytes can be bad. Too much water in general can be bad. But it's a rare exception. But don't wash your beard twice a day. That would be damaging. It's going to cost you a lot more in products. It's just not something that I think needs to happen. And so great question on this one, and great follow-up there. And then it really does come down to figuring out your routine. I wash in the morning after the gym. I rinse at night before bed. And that flow just seems to work for me very, very well. Wash after the gym, rinse at night, and then repeat. All right? And I do oil after every shower and strongly recommend everyone oil after every shower. I shower twice a day, and so that makes the difference for me. What's up, Brandon? And then the final set question before we turn to the chat and get your guys' questions. And again, thank you guys for checking this out. Some of you have forgotten to hit the thumbs up, and that's okay. But if you could remember, that would be great. If you want to share this out, that would be awesome. We are on that journey to 100,000 subscribers. So crazy. Shout out to you guys for all the support along the way. And also shout out to 8-Bit for making this episode possible today. Fantastic company. The third category and final category of AI's most asked facial hair related questions would be style and shape. So if you followed this here, we first talked about growth. We talked about grooming and care, and now we are talking about style and shape. I really like how the flow of this show ended up working out today. The most AI'd question regards to beard shape and style would be, what beard style is right for my face, aka which length is best? Whoo, this is a big one. Of course, we need to know it is all personal preference. There is no right or wrong answer. It is all entirely subjectivity. The best beard for your face is the one that you enjoy. The best length for your beard is the one that makes you the most confident. Truly. Are there some general rules we can go over? Yeah, absolutely. If you have a really narrow, long face, you want to get volume and balance that beard out. If your face is really long and narrow, you don't want a stick straight beard that gets more and more narrow because it's just going to elongate that already long face. If you have a very round face, you might want to go shorter and angular with your beard, right? Those are just kind of general areas where it's like, hey, man, my face is too long and narrow. I don't want to lean into that. Or, hey, I got a few extra LBs on the cheeks. I don't want to bring more attention to that. And you really think about what works for you. Now, for me, it's not even necessarily about what I think makes me, and then air quotes, look the best. For me, my beard style, my beard shape and length is all about what makes me the most confident and what makes me the most happy. Do I think if we were to poll the world of my peak attractiveness, would my 16-inch beard be at peak optimal attraction? Probably not, if we're being real. Probably not. It's probably more in the shorter range, maybe 2 to 3 inch, maybe stubble, maybe 4 or 5 inches at most. That's what I think the world would say would be the most attractive beard on me. Maybe a kind of an angular style, a little God of War type. I think that's probably general attraction. However, there's so many other aspects outside of just pure attraction that matter to me. I'm married for one. I don't care about the rest of the world and how they're attracted to me. I only care if my wife is attracted to me. But I love the big beard. I love walking into a soccer game in an indoor facility in the winter and seeing a bunch of thumbs. What do I mean by that? A bunch of dads that are going bald and have no facial hair, and they just look like a thumb. I love seeing get the thumb in focus so we can really get the idea. I love seeing those thumbs, and then I walk in, and I'm rocking this massive power beard. I love pumping gas at the gas station, then somebody looks over at me and does a double take because they didn't realize my beard was so big. That, to me, brings me confidence. That, to me, exudes manliness. That, to me, exudes testosterone, DHT, alpha-type traits. Now, does that sound ridiculous? Sure, I'm sure it does to some. But I like that. I like that aspect. And so that one is right for me. On your journey, it just all depends. It truly depends what you're looking for, what your lifestyle is. There's so many variables. I think it's impossible to give a general rule. What's up, 8-Bit? Shout out to our sponsor today in the chat. Leo Sigmund in the chat says, when my beard reached around 7 inches, I didn't like the way it looked, but I saw a beard I liked in it. Hacked it down to what turned out to be a 4-inch beard, and I've been maintaining that for about 9 years. Fantastic. And sometimes you don't know where the limit is for you until you go past it. And that's such a common approach and such a good approach. 8-Bit, the owner Sean, used to have a much longer beard, but it was not just maintaining his water intake and had to chop it down. There you go. Good to see you, Ryan. What's up, Court? Welcome, welcome, welcome. And I do like that. I do like that line by Leo. Nate says, Leo, that's a skill right there. Saw the beard I wanted in it. That's even more than a skill. That's a mindset. That's a lifestyle. That's a really brilliant phrase right there. Saw the beard I wanted in it. Love that. Hey, Zach, welcome. We're still going, man. We have just over half the show left, and we'll be getting right into the time for your guys' questions. And so to answer this, again, follow some general rules if you're looking for guidance. I do have a video on it. I don't want to direct people to a video for every question that is asked, but that is my job, to make videos answering your questions. So I do have a video if you search like face shape beard, Dancy bearded, or best beard shape, Dancy bearded. I do have one that will help out there. Okay. Got those. And if you guys are just coming in, we answered about style and shape. We answered about grooming and care, and we answered about growth. Now, to this section of the show, we are going to get the questions from you guys on this bad boy here. And so hold on with me. And for this one, you guys, any questions you have, I will take them as long as we have questions. We will be going through them, and it will get us till the end of the hour today. I have promised Sam and the family at 4 o'clock I will be done, and these Beard Topic Lives are always 1 hour long here. Hey, thank you, Dave. Appreciate that. I say I did a Michelangelo. I cut away what wasn't David, or in my case, Leo. It's profound. Yeah, profound. Brandon, I had a longer beard, but have been a bit shorter lately and feel much better. Yeah, dude, it's about what rocks for you. Longer does not equal better for everybody. Longer does not equal better, I would say, for most people. But for some people, it does, right? If JB in the chat trimmed his beard down, I think most of us would be devastated. We know how legendary of a beard it is, and it would just break our hearts. But yeah. Oh, nice. And Shep from Beard Advice Live did schedule an appointment with his barber. Guys, every Monday, every Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern, we are live. I hope that you guys make it. Wednesdays, we go for an hour and a half. Mondays, we generally go for about 2.5 hours. So, yes. Okay. JB says, me too. And there's his beard if you are watching on the stream. All right, let's go ahead and hit your questions here. Nice. G squared is at his longest, 11.5 inches. Heck yeah, I'm at my longest too. I got to be right around 16, maybe 17 inches now, but right around 16 inches. Okay, Aaron says, do you feel that a silk-lined buff or a scarf is useful for covering the beard in the winter sometimes? I find that the winter weather is just too cold to go without covering my face. So the cold is not going to do anything to harm the beard. If you're looking for comfort and you want to be able to keep your face shielded from the harsh wind, and I believe Aaron's up in Canada, so it's probably pretty cold up there. Yeah, that's totally fine, man. There's nothing wrong with the scarf. It doesn't even need to be silk lined. If you have a cotton scarf, that no big deal. But keep in mind, many would argue the beard is the scarf of nature. That one of the reasons we have a beard is to protect from harsh conditions, whether it's in the summer with UV rays, right? Look at your neck underneath your beard. Most of your neck is going to be more pale, more pale underneath there than the rest of your body. But also look at the winter. Those who, excuse me, those of you that have grown the beard longer have probably experienced that it does help take away some of that wind whip. It does help kind of warm your face up when you're outside. So that is a nice benefit of that. But yeah, man, you're totally fine with that one. I don't think there's any harm or worries in wearing a scarf. Just use common sense with it. And Alex says, I've been reaching out to other insurance companies, and none seem to insure a company dealing with beard oil. Who will insure for liability purposes? So when it comes to beard advice, helping guys style their beard, helping guys treat their beard and products and health and everything, I have 7.5 years of a lot of pride of helping give content for free. I've never once charged any beard consumer, beard wearer for information. That's just not my model. It's not what I want to do. Could I? Yeah, I'm sure. I could make some exclusive content and say, you got to pay for this, you got to pay for that. A lot of content creators do that, and I'm genuinely not knocking that. I do see the reason and the value. However, I believe in giving that information for free and then being compensated in other areas. One of those areas is with professional business advice. So this is one question that I cannot answer on a public live stream because of two main reasons. One is literally liability. When you give business advice in an official capacity, you do open yourself up for some liability. But number two, if a business is trying to make money, I do believe it's fair if they're trying to tap into my experiences, my knowledge, my influence, whatever it is, to have some compensation there. So Alex, reach out to me, man. I would be happy to give you information on a consultation. I do 1 to 2 business consultations a day when it comes to beard product companies. And I will tell you, I just had one with a company from the UK yesterday. It was probably the most valuable hour they've ever spent in the last 6 months. Actually, a year. They just today, I think, hit their year of filing for their business. It is probably the most valuable hour they've spent in their beard company journey. It's potent, and I like this, for example. I do have a company that does this kind of liability, but insurance. So yeah, and Johnny Ray in the chat says, you would not regret a consultation. And even in the chat right now, I've seen 3 company owners. I've seen 8-Bit, I've seen Weatherbeard, and I've seen Johnny Ray. All 3 of them have done multiple consultations with me. And so, again, just something to consider is to reach out for any of that business advice. All right, got that one. Mikey says, I know I messaged you on Insta and you said it was normal, but I just started supplements and I'm shedding more. It's causing my neck density to be lower, and I'm about 2 to 3 weeks in. Is this normal? All right, so Mikey, a couple things here. So Mikey reached out to me, said, hey, man, I'm starting new. Hey, what's up, Holly? He said, hey, man, I started new supplements, including biotin, and I feel like I'm shedding more. Is that okay? Is that normal? I'm kind of freaking out. Number one, it is normal. When you are increasing your beard growth rate or any hair growth rate, it's natural and logical that you're going through the hair cycles. We have three phases of the hair growth cycles. And if you are taking vitamin B7, you're going to increase the speed in which you're going through those cycles. So when you do that, you are going to have more natural shedding. There should be a white bulb at the end. It is normal, and there is nothing to worry about. Now, Mikey, where I do have to push back on you here, he says it's causing my cheek density to be lower. I'm about 2 to 3 weeks in. Mikey, I promise you, come here. Your cheek density has never and will never be lower in 2 to 3 weeks unless you are physically taking the hairs out yourself. Nothing like biotin. I mean, and we're talking extreme things like chemo could do that and other things. You are not losing cheek density in 2 to 3 weeks by taking good quality vitamins. That part is not true. Are you shedding more? Likely. Probably. It's not a problem. Look up how many hairs you have on your face. It's going to be in the tens of thousands. If you're increased your shedding and you're going from 10 to 20 a day, it's not even a drop in that bucket. It's not something to worry about. And again, you asked me on Instagram. I'm happy to answer. And then you're coming back here to ask again. Happy to answer. But what that tells me is you're stressing about it. What that tells me is you're worried about it. That will increase shedding. That can harm the density of your beard. Not the biotin, not the increased growth rate cycle, the worry about it. Man to man, I'm telling you right now, if you have seen a slight increase in shedding because of being on quality beard vitamins, you're okay. It is a good thing. Your beard is just growing faster. So please keep that in mind. I have a strong feeling that you're stressing about something that is out of your control and something that you should not worry about. So just know, I would tell you, you guys know I have no problem telling hard news. I had a guy today that emailed me and said, hey man, I dyed my beard because I'm Santa and I have a bunch of damage now. I can feel it. Is there a wash, a shampoo, or product that will repair the hair? Dude, I'm sorry. No, there's no product on this planet that's going to actually repair hair fibers. Keep growing, slow, steady trims along the way until the damage is gone and stop dyeing your beard. And then to take it a step further, if you guys understand, you cannot dye a white beard. You can only bleach. And bleaching is substantially worse than color treating. So just know this is normal and you are fine. Relax. Relax. What is a good routine for doing a reset on your beard? A very good quality stripping beard wash, whether it's a soap or a liquid wash. Follow with your favorite conditioner and follow with your favorite oil out of the shower. And then give it a good 5-10 minutes to absorb in, and then hit it with your best beard butter. That is going to bring that beard back to life. That is going to make you feel great. Make sure you really focus on your water and electrolytes that day. Get some good sleep. I promise you, that is the perfect stage to get your beard back to normal. Stripping wash, conditioner, oil, butter, good sleep, good vitamins, good stress level, all that, and you'll be good to go. Dan, can water quality affect beard health? To a massive level, yes. Absolutely, water quality can affect your beard health inside and out. If you have low water quality, if you have, Holly, I can't help you on that one, Holly, sorry. She's trying to grow tried to grow a beard on her cheeks and they won't fill in. She does not have hair follicles there. We cannot help her on that one. But if you have low quality water, when you're grooming and you're taking your showers, that's not going to be good for the beard hair, especially porous beard hairs that are going to fill with that water. And then even more importantly, if that quality water is low that you're drinking, you're also hurting the beard from the inside. So yes, yes, yes. I haven't done it yet, but behind me, I have this little storage thing right here. Let me see if I can get my angle right. At the bottom, I keep some things. One of the things I have on the bottom of that storage organizer is a water quality test, because at some point I'm going to do a video on this exact topic. I just haven't pulled the trigger yet to make that video. But just literally it is waiting for me to do this video. I have the tester. I have everything. So Abe, you're ahead of your time. Yes. Okay, Dan, what do you think of those biotin strips? Took one last night, I'm going to take one today. And so 8-Bit Beard Co. came out with them. Or no, I apologize. 8-Bit is the sponsor. Deadman's came out with them. And it is an awesome, awesome way to be able to get biotin with what we're talking about right now. The biggest thing is you don't digest it in the same way as like a gummy. And so there is a different mechanism. It's faster to the blood flow. Is it as complete as some beard gummies and vitamin stuff? No, but it's a really, really good mix-up, and they are delicious. I don't know if there's multiple flavors, but I have the orange one. Love. Love, love, love. Okay. If water quality affects beard health, can a filter help with drinking water? Yes, yes, yes. A filter cannot only just help with beard or for drinking water. I also recommend a filter on your shower head. We only drink out of filtered water. We just have like a little Brita type thing. It's actually Amazon. We fill it up, put it in the sink or in the fridge at night. Good to go. Sam leaves hers out at room temp. And then get a filter for your shower head. So yes, absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. Okay, great questions, you guys. All right, and we will be going for another 20 minutes, so keep those questions coming. I keep starring them as they come in, my friends. All right, and then real quick here, I saw the dose on the strips is 5,000. Could you take 2 for 10? It says to only take 1, so I'm going to listen to the advice there. I'm going to go with the recommended. I don't know enough to say if it could hurt you. I wouldn't imagine that could hurt you, Dylan, but I just went with 1 because if it's a more direct form of getting the biotin into your system, maybe 1's enough. I don't know. So I'm trying 1 right now. Aaron says, most of my family thinks I'm crazy to use beard oil and beard wash. They think I'm wasting my money, even though I can tell a difference. And it's good when using dedicated beard wash and beard oil. Yeah. Step number 1, stop caring what people think that you didn't ask them questions about. Unless you went to your family and said, hey guys, how do you feel about me using beard oil and beard wash? Then who cares what they say? And then step 2, if you are asking them that, why? Why are you asking people that don't know anything about beard care their opinion? So for me, I'm one of the biggest people in the world on unsolicited advice. No thanks. I didn't ask you. I didn't care. If I cared what they thought, I would have asked them. Is butter twice a day okay? It is. Yep. Nothing wrong with that. If you're doing that, I strongly, strongly, strongly recommend washing every day if you're using butter twice a day. Have you heard of Noble Beard Company? I have. If you want to get my thoughts on them, I have a video. If you just search on YouTube, Dancy Bearded Rant, R-A-N-T. They are one of 2 companies that inspired that rant video. They are not a company that I would recommend. I think that they, in my opinion, have misleading advertisements. In my opinion, they have overly aggressive claims that it's not something that I would rock with. And I know way too much behind the scenes, in my opinion, to be able to try them. So yeah, I have heard of them. Don't recommend. After showering, do you have to comb before oil? No, not necessarily. I do. I like to get the blood flowing before applying oil. I like to work out tangles and snags before putting in oil. But if you would like to do oil first, nothing wrong with that. Yep, nothing wrong with that. I'm trying to figure out a better daily routine. In the morning is typically wash, followed by oil and butter. What's the best way to end the day? I believe you said in the past you do butter. I do. Yep. So in this situation, if you wash in oil and butter during the day, at night, rinse your beard thoroughly, whether it's in the shower like I do or in the sink. And then if you do shower, I would go oil and then butter. If you don't shower, just rinse your beard and apply butter. All right. So in this one, Brandon, to summarize, if you shower, oil, wait, butter. If you don't shower, rinse, and then right into butter. G squared. When I tie my beard in a knot, sometimes it seems to stay put, but others it keeps loosening up. It seems the messier my beard is, the better it locks in knot. Any good tips? It's a true trial and error. Everybody's beard texture is different. Everybody's beard products and the way they interact with their beard is different. The amount that people use is different. What I've found, the guys that have trouble getting their beard knot to stay, they over straighten the beard. I'm not saying you, I don't think I've ever seen you over straighten the beard, but they over straighten the beard. They use too much product and they're just not really going with the knot tight enough. Where a lot of guys are worried about damage, I'm telling you, you guys, a beard knot will not damage your beard. It will not damage your beard. And so it's a trial and error. Adjust the variables just like you do. G Squared's really into his lawn and taking care of grass. And I know that's such like an adult statement to say, but it's just like that. just experiment and go through. And it's kind of one of those things, once you figure it out, you figure it out. My beard does not come out, period. And I'm playing soccer. I'm wrestling with my kids. I'm driving. I'm walking. I'm sitting. Yeah. Go Habs. I have a very coarse gray beard. Can I use conditioner every day? You can. I don't recommend it. If you are trying to solve the coarseness, even though gray is a unique beast with conditioner, I don't think that that's the route. I think you solve it with finding the right carrier blend for you. I think you solve it by finding the right conditioner that's every other day. And the only reason I say that is the way conditioner works is by holding on. Conditioner does not fully rinse out. That is the purpose of it, is to latch onto imperfections to stop the hairs from grabbing each other. So I strongly recommend no one use conditioner every day. And for me on my side, people be like, oh, Dan, you sell products. No. I don't want you using conditioner every day. At the very most, every other day. Again, those other variables, a little bit of trial and error, a little bit of adjustments there. And of course, as Craig says here, a good quality, heavier oil helped my coarse gray beard big time. Yep, absolutely. So I would try to solve that problem in another way. Court says, I have about a 4 to 5 inch beard, but the sides seem like they grow slower. Is there anything I can do to help that? Nope. Court, that's almost everybody. Generally speaking, on the beard, the jawline, aka the chin strap, is going to have the strongest growth. The fastest and longest growth is going to happen from the goatee area, and then the sides are going to be slower. That is, all right, take care, Zach. That is not a perfect science. That is not a one-size-fits-all rule, but it is the majority. It is the general rule, and there are exceptions. The only thing you can really do to help with that is make sure you're focusing on healthy habits on those cheek areas. You want to exfoliate. You can look at growth oils for those areas to try and give it a little bit of a boost. And then the most important thing is just trim and style to match what you're looking for. If those sides take a little bit slower, just increase the patience a little bit and let the other areas grow, trim them even, and then just continue on your journey. Michael says, all right, take care, Craig. Thank you, sir. Would you recommend adding powdered electrolytes to daily water intake? Yes, sir. Actually, Michael, I'm going to defer you to my recent video about electrolytes. I talk about a brand in there, and I don't know it. He says, if so, how much? I don't know enough outside of the instructions from the electrolyte makers. I am by no means qualified enough to tell you guys what to do with your electrolytes and how much and what you should work with. That is not a specialty of mine, and I'm not being humble. It is just true. I know where my limits are, and that is one of them. So I did recommend a brand in my electrolytes video. It's not an affiliate. I welcome them. I wish it was. I use them every day, but it's just what I use, and I think it's the best. So check that video out. I think that will help you. Tevin, is there any negative effects that nicotine or smoking would have on someone's beard? Yes. Nicotine, hold. We'll get to that in a second. Smoking, 100%. Smoking cigarettes specifically is one of the worst things you can do for your beard, especially when it comes to the color, especially when it comes to the type of smoke and what it does to your hair. It's not good. And above all, I think we can all agree smoking is not good for your health. And if it's not good for your health, then it's going to be bad for your beard. Period. End of story. Nicotine, that's a much more loaded topic. Did I ever do a video on nicotine? Let me do a quick search here. I have studied nicotine way more than I ever should have, and I don't consume nicotine. I've never consumed nicotine. I don't smoke cigarettes. I'm sure there's something I consume that has small amounts, but I don't do the pouches. I'm not a nicotine guy. I have not made the video because I don't have a concrete answer. There are pros about nicotine for beard growth, and it has to do with blood flow and bringing blood to the surface of the skin, which is going to help promote growth. But there are also some challenges, and above all, there's a lot of contradicting information out there when it comes to nicotine. Why? Because it's so closely attached to cigarettes. It's so closely attached to new things like the Zyn pouches and all this stuff. I don't think we have long enough studies to know the real impact of nicotine. Again, sound like a broken record on this one here. Full disclosure, I'm not a nicotine expert. I am not a deep scientist and researcher on nicotine. All I can tell you at this time is it's complicated with nicotine. Smoking, very simple. It is bad. Very, very simple on that one. Would you recommend using beard oil to break down the wax and beard balm before washing? If the wax from your beard balm is so built up, using oil to get it off is a great way. The guys that do the handlebar mustaches and the really firm mustache wax, the only real way you're getting it out is with oil. So there's nothing wrong with that, Doc. Totally fine approach is to do that. Okay. Where's their proof oils and wash? Yeah, exactly. Toll Booth. Yep. Dan, what's a good oil for gray beards? I use different companies, Dead Man's Fable. If you're looking for the thickest, right, I do believe every beard, gray, red, white, blonde, doesn't matter, should rotate between the different viscosities. Gray beards do generally like the thicker oils, but if you're only sticking to thicker oils, you're not deeply penetrating into the skin. And we know that the best crops, aka hair, come from the best soil, and we need to deeply treat the soil. So rotate through Dead Man's Fable, 8-Bit, Johnny Ray, so many others. But if you're looking for the thickest, if you're looking for ones that are just amazing for gray beards, look at Artius Man. Artius Man has the thickest oil in the game. It's all natural. It's essential oils. It's not going to color, stain, or tint your hair. It is a really, really good option. T. I use beard wash every day because I'm blue collar. Should I also use a beard conditioner every day? No. Use a beard conditioner every other day. And T, Mr. Fitness, please make sure the wash you're using is a quality daily gentle wash. If you need recommendations or feedback, reach out to me. Do you like Back to the Future? If you're speaking of the movie, I don't know if this is a controversial take or not, but no, not at all. I am not entertained one bit by the movie Back to the Future. Some people will unsubscribe because of that, and that's very sad. I'm sorry that our different preferences in movies and the subjectivity of it makes you leave the channel, but no, I'm not a fan of the movie Back to the Future. I'm not a car guy. I'm not really a movie guy. I don't watch TV shows. That's just not my thing. If it's something other than Back to the Future, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. Holly already answered. No, Holly. What do you think about BHT grooming? I have never heard of them, so I don't know. I've never heard of BHT grooming, so I am not familiar there. Okay, Dan, what can I say? I like to help things grow. Grass and beards will grow if you just sit and do nothing, but the input and care we put in change those things dramatically. I love it. I agree. Hey, Christina, welcome. Welcome on in. All right. How often should we exfoliate our beards? Every single day you are in the shower. Every single day. There is no reason to not exfoliate. There is no downfall to exfoliating. Exfoliate your beards. Now, Dan, I don't want to ask the dumb question, but how do I exfoliate my beard? Got you. Look up my video, Dancy Beard Exfoliate. But the way you exfoliate your beard is very simple. Get a comb that is suited for the shower. I recommend a carbon fiber comb. And then rake your face. Physically take the teeth of that comb and rake it on your face. Go in different directions. Go in different angles. What that's going to do is it's going to really break up anything that's lodged in your pores. That's going to be attached to your sticky follicle. Follicles are a little bit sticky, by the way, if you guys didn't know that. And so that's one of the reasons why we want to exfoliate. Use a stripping wash is because of that stickiness. But that's it. And just simply rake your face. Dan, I use the recommended products all the time, but I've yet to clean it. Just curious if poop knife is dishwasher safe. That is an inside joke that unless you come to the live streams, you probably won't get. We do talk about poop knives on the other live streams. So check those ones out, guys. Monday, Wednesday night. That's not an endorsement, but it is an area of conversation. It is an area of conversation. We got about 5 more minutes left, you guys. If you have a question, let us know. Look at my guy down here. If you want to trim down from my current big beard to be more competitive in a smaller category and eventually grow it back, is there a specific way to trim to help it grow back? Yes, absolutely. And I'm thinking of your beard because you got a big beard, you got texture, you got thickness to it. Only trim from the outside of your beard. Do not touch underneath and do not touch the face of the beard. So I have the knot in, but let me show you this real quick here. Okay. If this was your beard and you wanted to trim it where the knot is, you just trim right here. You do not trim the face. You do not cut into the beard. You do not angle the beard. Just simply cut the shape you would like and leave it there. Be very careful on underneath. A lot of times when guys try to trim, they go up and away, and they take out all the backing, all the density, all the help of that beard. Just simply do the watch it. Just simply do the outside of the beard. Outside of the beard. Thank you. Love your, consistently positive content. Thank you. It's just how I'm wired. It's a curse sometimes. I wish I could get down in the dumps and be all negative and grouchy like everybody. But, yeah. Yep. No Back to the Future? No, guys, I'm not a movie guy. I'm especially not an older movie guy. I'm also younger than several people in here, guys. I'm 37. I know it's not the youngest dude in the world, but I just don't watch movies. This is actually diagnosed. I have supercharged adult ADHD. I don't sit well, especially if it doesn't occupy me. You want to sit and talk about beards? I'll stream for 6 hours and I'll go all day. But a movie, it just doesn't tickle my fancy. I just can't do it. It's not my thing. Yeah, but it's just not my thing. Okay. So if you're trying to style the mustache, no oil at night, exactly. If you are trying to style with like a handlebar, you're going straight up mustache wax. You do not oil first, but I highly recommend oiling it at night so you get the nourishment that you need. So yes. I find all beard products, oil, butter, and balm, make me feel greasy. I don't think I'm using too much, and I'm just using the wrong products, or is this common? No, you are definitely using the wrong products, or you're using them in the wrong way, or you're using too much. Matt, if you want to reach out to me, Dan C. Bearded on Instagram or Dan_command@yahoo.com, reach out. Let me know what brands you're using. If you want, we have a couple of minutes. I might be able to catch you at the very end. Let me know which brands you're using. And then we can kind of talk about the variables. But also, guys, we have a literal perfect show for this and a perfect show for the trim questions. Beard Advice Live on Wednesday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern. It's entirely free. Send an email to beardadvicelive@gmail.com. Send a couple pictures of your beard. Write this message, and we'll have you on the show and give actual individualized advice. But if it is too greasy, you're using the wrong products. We can find you a thin viscosity oil that will not be greasy when applied with the right amounts. 100% metal foam oil in your beard, you can, nothing wrong with it. It will never, ever be as good as a well-balanced blend, and that's not a personal preference thing. That's actually talking about science, and that's actually talking about balancing hair and skin oils. That's talking about balancing the different attributes like the linoleic acid and the fatty acids and all of these things. So, yeah. Is Dead Man's or Viking Revolution a good brand of beard conditioner? Dead Man's, absolutely. Viking Revolution, no. Fine for a starter, but I wouldn't say a good brand. Yep. Okay. I think that trimming advice is good for any beard length and perhaps any trimming goal. I agree, Leo. Not everybody agrees with me, but I do agree. So, yeah. Yep. Okay. I'm supposed to sit for a 3-hour play tomorrow. Nope. Wouldn't do it. Even if it was my kids. Love you guys. Not doing that. 3-hour soccer game? Let's go. I'm in. But that, And Love Gun says, hey, Big Dan. Hey, I'm a large human, so thank you. 6'3" over here for those of you that are new and think I'm short. I'm not. I'm tall, all right? But love your videos. Thank you. Thank you. Just a warning, Dan only let me be on Beard Advice Live once, and it was while I was away on vacation. That is true. That is a true statement right there. All right, you guys, I think we hit every comment and question that we had. It always works out perfectly here, but let me hit this one real quick. How long does one of those little standardized bottles of beard oil last you typically? So I use 2 dropper tops per application, so that's 4 dropper tops per day. A normal bottle of beard oil has, I believe 20 dropper tops in it, so I don't know, a couple weeks would be most. I don't ever use the same oil to completion, so I don't know truly. All right, guys, check out 8-Bit Beard Co. Full recommendation, top to bottom. They don't do anything without care and research and understanding. Awesome company. Thank you guys for sponsoring today. If you guys have any further questions, comment on this video. I would love to help you out. And we are sincerely, from the bottom of my heart, right at the pace to hit 100,000 subscribers in November. But it's also right at the pace to not hit it. We are like a sub or 2 in either direction for hitting that goal. Any help is crazily appreciated and noticed. So I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to go spend some time with the family. If you guys don't mind, please hit that thumbs up. Please consider subscribing if you're new here. And outside of that, of course, stay bearded and stay